นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ 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 Pay respect to the Buddha, pay respect to the Dhamma, and also to the noble disciples. Hello everyone. Hello Sooth. Long time no see, right? I was absent for I think 2 weeks or maybe a month. I'm not sure. But yeah, my monastic father passed away, and also I had to, attend the funeral, and also I think the last 15 days, I'm not sure, during this period that my monastic father passed away. At first, we took him to the new hospital, and then after that, he passed away. And then after that, we have a New Year's, Thai New Year's, right? And also then during the Thai New Year's, my mom, my mother, got a stroke. So we had to, arrange many things. Now she went out of the hospital. She, rest next, at home next to the monastery. She's in good condition, but the time that I was absent, I was so many things going on. So sorry that I don't have a time to come to the give the Dhamma talk. But anyhow, hello Manal, hello Chitta Phala, hello Maria. Today the topic is the Dhamma to be directly seen, the Dhamma to be seen. That you might have heard that the Dhamma, the Buddha's teaching or the Dhamma, things that, in general, things we should be, embrace. We should be we should see it by ourselves. We should observe, we should notice things like that. But you might wonder, what should we see? Right? So this is from I already sent the links to you. This is from the linked discourse number 35.70.70. Okay. It's called Upavāṇasandiṭṭhika Sutta. Upavāṇasandiṭṭhika Sutta. The translation of Bhikkhu Sujato, he, used the title Upavāṇa, on what is apparent in the present life. But for the Bhikkhu Poti, he used the word just Upavāṇa. But here gonna, use based on the Bhikkhu Sujato and also from my interpretation as well. Okay. First, I didn't use it. Dhamma to be directly seen. SN 35.70. Hello, Gregory. Okay, let's start. See, it's from Upavāṇasandiṭṭhika. Sandiṭṭhika is, that you should see, right? Then Venerable Upavāṇa went up to the Buddha and said to him, Sir, hang on, I'm gonna get this one. Sir, Venerable Sir, the Dhamma is something to be seen by the practitioner himself. The Dhamma is something to be seen by the practitioner himself. To what extent is the Dhamma called? To what extent is the Dhamma called something to be seen by the practitioner himself, timeless, inviting one to come and see, to be experienced inwardly by the wise? This is interesting question, right? When we pray, the virtue of the Dhamma, that Santittiko, right? There's something that we should see for ourselves. Akaliko, timeless. Opanayiko, inviting one to come and see. Pajatang vetitapo vinyuhi, to be experienced inwardly by the wise. This is like that when we chant, like the virtue of the Dhamma. But Venerable Upavāṇa asked the Buddha himself, like, to what extent is the Dhamma called something to be seen by the practitioner himself? Timeless, inviting one to come and see and to be experienced inwardly by the wise. The Buddha said, one sees a form with the eye, experiences the form, experiences the lust or the greed or the desire. This is, many translation. Lust or greed or desire for the form that you see, and clearly knows the lust for the form within himself, saying, there is lust for form within me. Upavāṇa, it is in this way that the Dhamma is called something to be seen by the practitioner himself, timeless, inviting one to come and see, to be experienced inwardly by the wise. So the first one, the Buddha talked about the sense-based, right? Ayatana, sense-based, the eye and the form. But not only that, one, a bhikkhu, a person sees a form with the eye. You have, good, eye, and with the light, and you can see the form, the picture, the, things that you can see, right? Experience the form. When you see, you experience the form. But you experience the lust for the form. For example, when you see this is like for the sore throat, right? You can see this, right? And then you experience the form. You experience the greed, the desire. This is like quite popular for the one who have sore throat. So, I want to get one. See, you experience the desire for the form. And you clearly know the desire for the form within you. And you can say that, there is desire for form within me. I still have desire, for example. This is the Buddha said. It is in this way that the Dhamma is called something to be seen by the practitioner himself. You see things that arise. You see this is the form. You see that, this is the desire. So this is called, timeless. Even though back in the Buddha's era, he see this. We nowadays, we see this. And this is something that we should invite, it's real and it's universal. Even though I'm in Thailand and many parts, many everywhere in the world, right? But we experience the same thing, right? And next, one hears, one smells, one tastes, one touches, and cognizes. So it's for the five sense, the six sense base, right? Eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and then mind. One hears, one smells, one tastes, one touches, and also one cognizes a mental object with the mind. Experience the mental object, something like the thought, the memory, right? Experience the lust or the desire for the mental object. You have greed for the memory, have desire. I wish I can remember that. I wish I have the good thinkings, something like that. And you clearly know the desire for the mental object within you, saying there is lust for the mental object within me. Upavāṇa, it is in this way that the Dhamma is called something to be seen by the practitioner himself, timeless, inviting one to come and see, to be experienced inwardly by the wise. So, this This is from the sutra, right? Actually, from the sutra, that can be divided into two parts. The first one, that you know, when the desire arises and you see, you know for yourself. And another part is when you see that there is no desire within you. But here I would like to explain more. Okay, this is not from the sutra, but I would like to explain more. The pleasant sensory experience can lead to attachment. That I will use this as an example, right? Sorry, I haven't got a chance to talk in English for like maybe like a month. I think this is like the first time in a month, so it's kind of like not that flow. That I use this as an example, right? When you see or experience the form, and then you experience the desire in the form, like, oh, that looks interesting, I want to get one too. So the sensory experiences through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind can lead to attachment, possessiveness, desire, and craving, right? You all agree with me, right? You agree with the Buddha, right? So when we experience things, it can lead to attachment. So I would like to bring the dependent origination. You remember dependent origination, right? Paticca samuppada. Feeling is a condition for craving. See? Feeling is the condition for craving. Phassa paccaya vedana. No. The contact is condition to feeling. Phassa paccaya vedana. Feeling is a condition for craving. Vedana paccaya tanha. This is in Pali, right? Craving is the condition for grasping. Tanha paccaya upadhanang. Grasping is the condition for continued existence or becoming. Upadhana paccaya phavo. This is from dependent origination, paticca samuppada. The six sense fields are conditioned for contact. This is what I see. That we have, because we have eyes, still have the good, nerve around the eye, ear, nose, tongue. So the six sense fields are conditioned for contact. When you see, when you experience, when you can see, when you can hear, when you can taste, when you can touch and feel the sensation, things like that. Contact, because you can see, you can hear, you can touch, is a condition for feeling. So it's normal that when you see, you experience the form, and then feeling is a condition for craving. When you feel something good, bad, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feelings, feeling is the condition for craving. If there is still ignorance, right? This is from dependent origination. If, the top one from the paticca samuppada, avijja paccaya sankhara, because of the ignorance or the delusion, avijja, then they're all the linked dependent origination. If you see and then you experience the form, then the desire arises. Actually, it's normal because we still have avijja, the ignorance. But if you are mindful enough, if you are wise, you be mindful and you be able to experience the desire. Oh, the desire arises, and then get rid of it. And then, no cause of suffering because the desire ends. But normally, when we feel something, feeling is conditioned to or for craving, for desire. Look, it looks nice. Pleasant feeling. I want one too. Now, craving. Craving is the condition for grasping. Then when you get it, I'm going to buy it. And when you bought it already, right? And then, it's mine. don't take my, you have to ask for my permission first. No, I'm not going to give it to you, something like it's because it's mine, something like that. This is grasping. Grasping is a condition for continued existence, like next life. Or another translation, grasping is a condition for becoming. Phava is becoming like, this is mine, and then, like to become something. I'm the owner of this one, something like that. And then you're going to be the fool, for another rebirth. And then for rebirth, condition for old age. When we are born, we are subject to old age, to death, to sorrow, to lamentation, pain, sadness, and distress, right? So the point that I bring this up because back to this, from the sutra, the Buddha said, when we see, hear, smell, taste, touch, cognize, and you just experience, when you experience, the form, the sound, the smell, the taste, the sensation, the tactile sensation, things like that. But you experience the desire that arises within you. And you can say that there is desire within me. So this is the Buddha said, it's something to be seen by the practitioner. Something to be seen by you yourself is to look inward. Just like when the teachers in Thailand, they always use the word, look inwardly, don't look outside. Just observe the mind. You don't have to look elsewhere. Just observe the mind, look inwardly, something like that. And then next, for the sutra, the Buddha said, on the other hand, one sees the form with the eye, experiences the form, but does not enjoy the lust for the form, and clearly knows the absence of lust for the form within himself, saying there is no lust for form within me. Upavāṇa. It is in this way that the Dhamma is called something to be seen that by the practitioner himself, harmless, inviting one to come and see and to be experienced inwardly by the wise. So, as I mentioned earlier, this sutra divided into two parts, right? The first part, you see. When you see, you hear, you smell, you taste, you cognize the mental object. You know that there is still desire within you. And the latter part, when you experience, you know that there is no lust, there is no desire within you. This is in this way that the Dhamma is called something to be seen. You should see this, right? So to be concluded, when things arise, for example, when the desire is present, you know it is present. When it's absent, you know it's absent. When it is fully distinguished, like the arahantship, when you attain arahantship, you know that it's fully distinguished. Avisha fully distinguished. Desire fully distinguished. You know it is fully distinguished. But when some remains, when the anger still remains, you know some remains. So know it as it is, without judgment or the imposition of self. This is my interpretation. When just observe, but observe without judgment. What does it mean to observe with judgment? For example, when I want this one. See, I still have desire. And then it's not good, for me to have desire. It's not good for you to have desire. So with judgment, that is good or that is bad. When the loving kindness arises within you, loving kindness arises. This is the good quality, the wholesome qualities I should cultivate more. So this is with judgment as well. And with the imposition of self, loving kindness is still in me. I still have this good quality and I should cultivate. Actually, like it's normal because we're not arahantship, like we still have like the sense of self, of I, of things like that. But try to eliminate it. You just see things like, oh, this is loving kindness. Okay, loving kindness arise. Oh, this is anger. Anger arise. Oh, anger cease. Oh, another anger arise. Oh, and now increase. Oh, and now decrease. Oh, and now it's gone. And now it's fully distinguished, for example. So just observe. So back to the title, Dhamma to be directly seen. You just see when the qualities of the mind, like mental objects arise. Oh, memory arise. Good memory arise. Okay. Bad memory arise. Okay. Good thinking arise. Okay. Anger arise. Oh, okay. Mindfulness arise. Oh, okay. And then just observe without judgment and without imposition of self that today I did I meditate very well because I have abundance of joy. I have elation. I have just try to see it as the mental object. Yeah. Recognize these mental states as they arise and cease without judgment, crave, or denial. This is to be seen for oneself, as the word see things as they really are. When we say we keep the precept in order to have the normal state of mind, samadhi, right? One-pointedness of mind. We try to reach the one-pointedness of mind because we love, because it leads to wisdom. What's wisdom? They use the word see things as they really are. So just like this sutra, you see things as they arise, you see things as they cease, you see things that it's still in me, and then you see it's not in me, something like that. And this is what I would love to emphasize, to know and to see. You may have heard this a lot, to know and to see, right? I would like to point out the word vimutti yanatasana. I think I've discussed this, we talked about this a long time ago in the Vimuttayatana Sutra. Vimuttayatana Sutra. It's about the 5 causes for true liberation. But this is from another sutra that the Buddha said, if we can cultivate this whole, the 5 Dhamma, 5 things like this, then you should go and, I think they use the word if people can have these 5 qualities, that should be worthy of worship or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but this is the 5 good qualities. The sila, precepts, right? Samadhi, one-pointedness of mind. Panya, wisdom. We know that, right? Sila leads to samadhi. Samadhi leads to panya or wisdom. And wisdom leads to vimutti or liberation. And vimutti leads to, and then when you reach vimutti, and you can reach the vimutti yanatasana. There are many, you can see and you can hear this word a lot in the Tipitaka, vimutti yanatasana. Vimutti, liberation, right? Yana is to know. Yana, wisdom. Panya is the same thing. Vichya is the same thing. It's the wisdom. Wisdom is to know. But tasana is to see. So there are many sutras that the Buddha used the word to know and to see. Something when, for example, when we learn the sutra, right? When we learn about the Four Noble Truths, when we learn about the Noble Eightfold Path or the dependent origination, we learn from listening, from reading, but it's just the memory, right? When I can say like, okay, the Four Noble Truths, ทุกข์สมุทัยนิโรธมรรค right? The suffering, cause of suffering, end of suffering, the path leading to the end of suffering. Yeah, I can say I know because I've heard this sutra, I've learned about this sutra, I've read about this sutra. But the one who truly see the Four Noble Truths is only the noble disciple. What does that mean? The one who truly clearly see the noble disciple. From the commentary, they said like, the noble disciple can integrate the Four Noble Truths into their own life, and their own suffering gonna be, very little, because they know like, oh, suffering arise. What is the cause? The cause of suffering is desire. Then get rid of the desire, and they can live freer, lighter, less suffering. So the word know and see is different. For example, I told you that, the monastery that I stay now is in Thailand. It's called Mahavana. When you go along to the route number 1035, 1034, and then, along this road, and it's next to the this building, blah blah blah. I tell you everything, and I got all the information. Now I know your information. But if people ask like, and like, how big is her monastery? What do you experience there? Have you seen the pagoda? Have you seen the main hall, something like that? And you can say like, no, I've never been there. I've never seen, her monastery or something like that. So you just have the information, but you don't experience it for yourself. So this is something that we should, be able to distinguish the difference, right? Sometimes the sutra, the teachings of the Buddha, of course we know. We listen a lot, we learn a lot, we read a lot, right? But pariyatti, the teachings, the learning needs to be, through the process of exercise, through the process of, action. You know what I mean? To experience within yourself. This is why we call like the Dhamma, the Buddha's teaching, is something that we should be seen by the practitioner. Not just listen, but practice, contemplate, reflect, until you can see for yourself, until you can experience for yourself. For example, if I say like, chili is the Thai chili is very spicy. But there's one special kind of chili. It's called พริกชี้ฟ้า. It's like very, very spicy. It's like this, I think it's this small, but super spicy. And now you have the information, right? That, the special kind of chili in Thailand, it's called พริกชี้ฟ้า. It's very spicy. She said it's super spicy. And then you can, tell many people, it's spicy, things like that. But when people ask like, have you tried? how spicy it is. Um, it's like the Mexican chili or not, something like that. You cannot tell because you haven't experienced it for yourself, right? So this is the importance of pariyatti in Pali language, right? Pariyatti, study, patipati, practice, and then pativeta, you experience and then you reach, be able to get rid of the illusion, the delusion, the desire, or the anger. You reach the outcome. But things have to be in this process. So the Dhamma to be directly seen is just something like normal in everyday life, right? When you see things, oh, okay, I can see that. When the desire arises, desire arises. Because if we cannot see that the desire, right, and then you're just like, oh, you just go with the desire. You don't be mindful enough to cut the, the process, right? Oh, for example, I really like it. I really want it. Oh, where can I buy it? Oh, I need to go and get it. Okay, and how can I order? And then, you just go along the flow of desire, craving, becoming attached, possessiveness, and then suffering when you don't get it. So the importance of observe, to notice, to be, seen for yourself is just like when the desire arises, when the desire ceases, when the loving kindness arises, when the loving kindness ceases, to be able to really contemplate and to, reflect. So this is another thing. Oh, I would like to talk about this more. The sixth sense field, as we mentioned, the sixth sense field, sixth sense base, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, are conditioned for contact, phassa. Phassa or contact is a condition for feeling. It's normal for us to have feelings toward things that we see. Pleasant feelings, unpleasant feelings, equanimity or neutral feeling. It's normal for us to have feelings. But feeling is a condition for craving only due to ignorance. We can cut this process. We can cut the cause for craving with wisdom. Ignorance and wisdom is the two opposite things. It's not like that. It's not like that. We're not arahantship yet, so we cannot, cut the ignorance. No, that's not the truth. Ignorance is when, for example, is like now you can see me because there's light, right? So now it's like that you have wisdom, light. Avijja is like when darkness comes. So when you turn off the light, cannot see. When you turn on the light, you can see. So avijja and viccha or wisdom, two opposite things. Just like when you turn on the light and when you turn off the light. When, So actually avijja, this word in Pali can mean like blind or when you darkness. When you see a thing and the lust, the desire arise, it's just like when you blindfolded by the delusion. When you blindfolded by the illusion, like, oh, I really need that, oh, I really need that. You don't know the truth that the desire is the cause of suffering. You don't know the truth that when you want it and when you get it and when you lose that thing, sorrow, lamentation, suffering, right? So that's all. Like, even though we're not arahantship, we still have ignorance. Ignorance still, arise within us. But there is time when we are blindfolded. There is time when we are mindful. When there is time when the wisdom arises, because we listen to the Dhammas, listen to the Buddha's teaching a lot, we contemplate a lot, we practice a lot. So we give sufficient factors for the wisdom and for the mindfulness to arise. So it's just we turn on the light. It means that it's normal. Not normal. It's possible for us to cut the suffering cause, to cut this, this whole mess. Cut with the wisdom. When you see things and when the feeling arises, pleasant feeling, and then you can cut before you want it. You can cut it when you know that desire arises, and then cut the desire. Get rid of the desire with the mindfulness and wisdom that, actually I don't really need it. I don't have sore throat. I don't have a sore throat. And why should I get the medicine for the sore throat? Even though you say that it's really good, but it's not necessary for me. You just get rid of desire, and then you're free. So this is a very important thing to know, that you as well can, lessen the cause of suffering. Even though you might not, calculate the 100% of the desire, if you get rid of the desire 100%, it means you are arahantship. When you fully mindful, 100% mindful, then you are arahantship. So as we all just light and then dark and then light and then dark, just like when you turn on and then turn off, turn on and turn off the lights, just the same thing. Keep turning on the light. Keep providing the factors for the mindfulness and wisdom to arise. And then we're going to be okay. Not that, what's it called? Not that painful, not that suffer in life. And then another thing that I would like to mention, akaliko, the timeless nature of the Dhamma. The Buddha's teachings are not bound by the time or cultural context, right? It's universal. For example, the teachings of the three characteristics, anicca, dukkha, anatta, is actually universal and always relevant. I'm in Thailand, and we all can experience the anicca. Things gonna change. Dukkha, it's hard to endure, right? Even the happy feeling when I laugh because, the comedy. For example, if you watch the comedy show and then you laugh a lot, this is just, so funny. It's, like such a good show. But you cannot laugh forever. You cannot laugh forever, right? There's a point, there's a time that you have to, stop laughing. Otherwise, you're going to hurt yourself, for example. So even the happy feeling is the dukkha. Suffering or unpleasant feelings also is, of course, dukkha. But pleasant feelings is also dukkha. For example, you love to go to Switzerland. I would love to go to see go to the top of the mountain or something like that, to experience the beautiful view, the beautiful scenery. And you try so hard, to go, and then to, trekking and walking up to the top of the mountain. And when you watch the scenery, like, it's just so beautiful. I love this. I love to watch it. I can watch it, like my whole life. You can say that. But when people say like, okay, you want to watch it for your whole life, right? So sit here, do not move, do not go anywhere, just sit here and watch it. Of course, you cannot stay like, cannot stay like past like one day or something like that. You're gonna get bored. You're gonna have to go to the bathroom, to the toilet. You have to go and drink something. You have to move, because just to sit and stay still and to watch the same thing is, you can experience dukkha, hard to endure. And then anatta is not self. We cannot control. We cannot control to, oh, I need the eyes to, fully function. Just like, for example, now you're 60 or 70 years old and you can like, oh, I cannot see that clearly. I cannot see as clear as when I was like 20 years old, something like that. And you cannot force the eyes or the nerve to like, just stay the same. Do not get old. My hair do not turn gray. So, yeah, we all experience anicca, dukkha, and anatta. And also Dhamma is something that we should invite one to come and see. Ehi passiko. The Buddha invite us to come and see, for you to investigate and to be experienced personally. It's something that you should experience with yourself. See, to be experienced inwardly by the wise, direct experience leads to transformation. Direct experience leads to faith as well. For example, if I tell you that, it's good, you should keep precepts. Precept is something that gonna protect you from harmful events, from, many things bad in life. Keep the precepts, at least 5 precepts. When I tell you, you're not gonna believe me. Just like when I didn't believe my parents, back when I was like a child. I don't believe them, like, why should I keep the precept, like, it's not something for me to do, something like that. But when we experience, like when we break the precept, for example, when we drink alcohol and when we drink, when we drunk and drive and then, got involved in the bad accident, something like that. Now we know the risk, the dangers, the bad sides of, consuming the alcoholic beverages. And, consuming alcoholic beverages leads you to, be reckless, right? So it's something that, because of the direct experience, it's going to lead you to transformation. Like, oh, now I can see why people encourage me to keep the precepts. Direct experience can lead you to faith. Oh, now I see why the Buddha said, like, keep the precept. Precept is like the fence, when you live in the house, when you have the fence around you, you feel protected. You feel at ease, comfortable, and feel safe. Precept's gonna make you feel safe and make you feel like normal in life. Yeah. So direct experience can lead to transformation and also leads you to faith as well. Yeah, that's it. Once again, I would like to point, when it is present, when the, any mental objects arise, when it's present, it's present. When it's absent, it's absent. When it is fully distinguished, it's fully distinguished. When some remains, some remains. Know it as it is, without judgment or in the imposition of self. You observe thoughts, observe feelings and sensory experiences throughout the day without getting carried away by them and judging them. This is important for you to practice. When a pleasant sensation arises, just observe, note it, without grasping for more. Learn to, jump into it, not jump into it right away, just like, good feelings arise. Oh, actually, it's dukkha, it's going to change. If I grasp it, when I cling on to it, when I want it more, then suffering, right? And when unpleasant feelings arise, acknowledge it without resistance or aversion. And then that's it. That's it for today's sutra. Gonna ask the question then. Hello, Dhamma learner. So wonderful you have you back. Hope all is well. Now all is well. My mom's condition is getting better. Camino asks, where can I find more talks by me, right? Actually, I have like the Mahavana YouTube. I think I can't remember the name because I haven't, given the Dhamma talk for a long time. The Dhamma talk in English because nowadays like many things going on. So I'm gonna try to, give more Dhamma talks in English. But you can see me here every 15 days. Hello, Louisa. Hello, Jim McCarty. Thank you for wonderful teaching from Ireland. Hello, Yankee Apple. Hello, Namoi, Kun Varinda. Hello, Kun Anshali, Wantami Ayya. Hello, Pumika. Should ask, dear Ayya, is it the same as not looking at a thoughts, signs, and features that Buddha suggests one should do? Signs and features here, I think you mentioned the word nimit, or what's it called? Right? Signs and features. Do not grasp it. I think you mentioned the word like there's one sutra. Do not grasp with the nimitta, the sign. Nimitta can mean the sign. Or I don't remember the Pali. Or to grasp as a whole, right? This one maybe is not exactly the same, but it can, link. The sutra talk about not looking as, at a thought like size or feature. The Buddha mentioned this in Siya Sangvara. In Siya Sangvara, it means you Sangwon. Sangvara means like, I don't know in English. Hang on, I have to find. In Siya Sangvara. No, I don't have in English. In Siya Sangvara, was it in English? Control the sense, restraint of the senses. Yeah, that's the word. Restraint of the senses. When you have to restrain of the senses, it means like to guard the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, not to grasp things. For example, when the monastic go for alms round, right? We have to restrain the senses, just like in this sutra. Protect the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, not to grasp nimitta, the sign. Actually, we will not use the sign as a translation in Thai. But for example, when you see the lady, you are a male monk, and when you see the lady, in the Buddha's era, there are many monks that would love to disrobe because he did not guard the eyes, and when he go arms round and then he said the ladies, and I would love to disrobe because I would love to get married and things like that. When you guard the mind not to grasp the nimitta, the sign, this means just one when you see the lady, for example, see me, the nimitta is like, oh, her eyes felt beautiful, her lips is so beautiful, her thighs, her legs, her hand, her arms, just special thing, nimitta. Oh no, hang on. Yeah. And then grabs it as a whole. I have to see, I have to find the Pali language. Yeah. Otherwise, gonna give. Okay. Sorry. So again, nimitta is like the sign, like the whole feet, like the whole things. Nimitta. For example, oh, that's the lady. You can see the whole figure. Oh, this is the figure of the lady. Oh, this is the figure of the man, something like that. You guard the eyes not to grasp the nimitta, things that you see. Lady, male figure. Anupayanchana, this is in Pali language. Anupayanchana, or the feature that you use, that eyes or hands or thigh or leg, try not to grasp it. What does it to grasp it? For example, when you go on arms round and then you don't guard the mind, you don't restrain the mind, right? And then you see, oh, wow, that's the lady, beautiful lady. This means you grasp the nimitta, you grasp like the whole figure, lady. But when you see that lady, like, wow, she has beautiful eyes. This means you grasp the feature anupayanchana in Pali. That should ask, like, it's the same. It's something that can be related. The one that should mention is in Insiya Sangvara, to restrain the senses. It can be linked. Restrain the when you guard the mind, something for you to protect, not for the desire to arise. You just protect. We were told, the monastic, we were told when we go arms round, don't look around like this. No, you cannot do that. It's too dangerous. The Buddha, there's one sutra, he used the word like, imagine yourself, with like the many like dangerous things, like the thorn of the rose's thorn, right? Thorn upward, on the left, on the right. It's just like, oh, so many thorns. Just keep looking down. Because when you see like, oh, wow, new shops open. Wow, that nice looking guy, something like that. That's dangerous for us monastery. Sukhi Hontu, Vantami Ayya. Even after knowing Sila protects, I still break it after some days. How to stay consistent in keeping Sila? Please share more on Sila. First things about Sila, you have to learn the what's it in English? The criteria for you to know that you break it or not. For example, the first Sila, restrain from killing creatures and restrain from asking someone else to kill, right? Do not kill, in short. The first precept, there are 5 criteria to know that you break it or not. At first, you have to know this. The first one, for example, this is like, for example, this is the mosquito, for example. Suppose mosquito. Mosquito is alive. The first one, mosquito is alive. Second, you know that the mosquito is alive. Third one, you have intention to kill the mosquito. Fourth one, you try. The third one is you have intention, right? The fourth one, you have the intention. You put an effort to kill. The last one, that mosquito got killed by you, die, dead because of you. This is the 5 criteria. If you break all the 5, like mosquito, the mosquito arrived. I know the mosquito arrived. I have intention to kill. I try to, put effort to kill, and then the mosquito dead. Then it means you break the precept, and then you have to renew the precept. But if you don't break all the 5 criteria, you don't have to renew the precept. So that's the criteria. How to stay consistent in keeping sila? To be consistent, try, and then that first for me, know the benefit. To keep sila, to keep precept is to have the normal state of mind. It's good, and it's also like, for example, if you tell lies, I get bored of keeping the story straight when tell this person and that person. So I'm not gonna trouble myself anymore. So I'm gonna keep the precept. So first thing, the benefit, right? But if sometimes that we just not mindful enough, just like it just slipped my mouth. I tell lies already. Like I don't have. It just I don't mean to do it, but it just slipped my mouth and I just tell lies, something like that. Just like, okay, I have to do it again. That's fine. What we did is something like we should not do, right? But sometimes we cannot control. Sometimes we're not trained hard enough, or we do not train, long enough. Just like, okay, do it again. Okay, do it again. For example, like sometimes, like when we don't practice enough, like when the mosquito bite you, even though that you should not, kill the mosquito, but sometimes it's like when you get used to it, it's just like, oh no, it's dead already. So it's just like, try to practice more. Sometimes when you just, dead already, okay, I'm gonna give my merit to you. I'm so sorry. But next time I'm gonna, I'm gonna try harder. I'm gonna be more mindful, and then, practice more, train more, and try to be consistent. And also, it's important for you to know that the criteria first. Sometimes, even in Thailand, Thai people do not know the criteria, and they say like, I have to renew the precepts again. But actually, you don't break the precept. When you step on ants, you cannot see the ants at night. And when you step on ants and then ants die, and then you don't have to renew the precept because you don't have intention. The precept is about intention. So keep the intention, straight, that I don't want to kill. I don't want to tell lie. I don't want to commit sexual misconduct. I don't want to consume the alcoholic beverages. But for the number 5, for the alcoholic beverages, you know that if you go to the party, it's hard to resist to drink wine, to drink beer. You know it. You know that, for me it's very hard to resist, then maybe at first maybe avoid it, right? But sometimes, it's a birthday party, I have to go and attend. So you just drink water and then you just say, to your friend, like, I'm so sorry, but, I can have fun. I can have fun with you guys, but can I drink just water? Just the soda? Just, like the other drink or something like that. You can have the way out in order to keep the precepts. But at first, set the intention, because the precept, the sila, is about intention. I hope I answer to your question, Sukhi Hontu. Yeah. Any more question? Hello, Sri Anop. It's good to see you all, because I haven't, given the Dhamma in English for a month, maybe. It's quite a long time. And also for the Sut's question, right? It's interesting for us to learn a lot of the sutra, and then we can see like it's related. Some part may have like the specific information, just like Sut's question, that not look at size and feature, like do not grasp the nimitta, the size, or anupayanchana, like the feature, or the small things in that, right? It's related. It's something that, okay, just like in this sutra, that you observe things as there is or as there isn't, present or absent. But the source question is like nimitta and anupayanchana is something like that the Buddha add on more to restrain the senses. Do not grasp whole, do not grasp just the detail. Okay, if you don't have any question, you don't have any more question, then we're going to conclude this Dhamma teaching. I hope you learned something useful to be adapt and to be used in your daily life, to learn, to practice, and then to cultivate the wholesome qualities in order for us to reach the true liberation by cultivating mindfulness and wisdom first, right? Sila, Samadhi, Panya, and then Vimutti. Precept, one-pointedness of mind, Samadhi, and then leads to wisdom, and then lead to liberation. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you all are safe and well. Before we part, we say Sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, 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 Anumodhami, Sadhu. May the power of the triple gems, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, protect you all to be safe, be well, be healthy, and be happy in the path following the Buddhas. And may we all reach the supreme happiness, Nibbana Paramang Sukhang, Nibbana Paccayyo Hotu. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Sadhu Sukhi. Reflect on your words and try sincere to follow them. Sadhu. I have to say something. Have know the benefit, and then don't push yourself too hard. Try to practice bit by bit. And then one day we're gonna be happy along in the Buddha's path, and then of course gonna keep the pure precept. Okay, thank you everyone. Goodbye. Have a good day.